Good evening. Welcome to Military Strategies. We are live right now. December 2nd, 2025. The night is lit up by the most important meeting for Venezuela's future right now in Washington, District of Columbia at the White House taking place.
Donald Trump.
He's going to decide it. What to do with Nicolas Maduro, what to do with the Cartel of the Suns, what to do with Venezuela, family, all the details, everything that's happening here in Military Strategies, your likes, your comments. Let's get started.
Good evening, family. Welcome to Military Strategies. We are sending the caption through this other one. Decisive meeting for the future of Venezuela. Today itself. Right now as we speak. At the White House. The house that runs this planet with the most powerful country on this planet, with the most powerful man on this planet, is deciding what to do with the country, the richest on this planet, Venezuela. Look, one has the most powerful army, and the other has the place with the most natural resources, which are vital for us human beings. Welcome to Military Strategies. Thank you very much for being live with us, for being here every day. 340,000 followers. Wow, that's quick to say. Thank you all for making this possible. And tonight we also have the appearance of Nicolas Maduro. We've geolocated him. We know the details. Maduro seems to be very calm. I repeat, Maduro seems to be very calm. And we're going to see it. We're going to analyze it. One day I'll lose my voice. Nothing really happens in the intro, but I love it since it comes from the heart. Excitement, desire. And about this, what do you think? What do you think about this? Is someone about to die? Is it someone who made a pact with Donald Trump? Is he unaware of reality? Is he sick? What is Nicolas Maduro really? From the images we've seen today, which we're going to analyze. Also, he speaks in the past tense. 22 weeks of harassment and takedown by the United States. But I think that there's something more here. There is something we're missing from the equation. Also, images from today. Look what I have. It's the United States ship Gerald Ford. It's the aircraft carrier. It's the vehicle and the necessary tool to liberate Venezuela. Except for one of them, perhaps the most important one. Today it is on an island near Puerto Rico. There's much debate. Why is it here instead of off Venezuela's coast? What's going on? What's happening? Here at Military Strategies today, we're going to give you all the details of everything that's happening right now. In fact, to be honest with you, I'm going to show you something. Live images right now. Attention, family. We have a camera watching the aircraft carrier. If any plane takes off from there, we'll see it tonight. Don't miss it. Stay here with us. Images right now on Military Strategies. Which one is it? Central area to the right. It's called United States Ship Gerald Ford. There it is. The aircraft carrier. There's a lot of talk about it. I'll zoom in so you can see it. There you have it. There's a lot of talk about whether it's going to go home, about whether Donald Trump is finished, the scene with Venezuela, and what if nothing is going to happen? I've told you that here we're going to talk about everything, that we're going to tell things as they are without any taboos, no matter what happens. We're not going to sell anything we don't believe in. That isn't going to happen. Interesting show tonight. Okay. Congratulations. To Honduras. Honduras has managed to get out of the black hole it was in with communism. And it seems for now that it's going to get away. For a while. From the claws of the narco dictatorships of Central America. Good news. Yesterday, all the vendors and hustlers of Venezuelan cuisine were all saying very happily that they had won the elections in Honduras. They had even shown it on television. The result afterward was quite incredible. The candidate? Communist. Was leaving to the bottom of the sea. That's where we should probably send Nicolas Maduro. In the last conversation with Donald Trump, the message was clear. You and your family can leave. The rest can't. Nicolas Maduro agreed to leave on one condition: to keep control over the Venezuelan army. So what for? With what purpose? If the cartel of the Suns is part of the country's military structure? To continue, Nicolas Maduro's ambition knows no bounds. Today he was laughing at Donald Trump, who is right now in the White House, talking with Marco Rubio, talking with Pete, Secretary of War, talking with the people at the Pentagon, talking with everyone. What do we do about Venezuela? This guy isn't leaving. We've shown him the B-52s, F-35s, F-18s carriers, destroyers, cruisers, missile launchers, and submarines. We've left him off the radar. He's not leaving. Marco Rubio. He has the solution, but the person who must sign the paper is named Donald Trump, not Marco Rubio. And that's a little setback. If Mark decided it would be ripe. In some trench of the Atlantic Ocean or the Pacific Ocean, in the Marianas. Would he be keeping company with Osama bin Laden? 50 million hasn't worked either. Maduro is still in power. I'm not saying we should lose hope. That's not the point. On the contrary, the decision has to be made. And we have to know it. We have to be clear, is Maduro going to stay in power or not? What we've seen today shows a Nicolas Maduro no longer hiding in the bunker or afraid. And a Nicolas Maduro who is mocking everyone. This gives the regime a lot of wings. All the contractors he has on social media are right now in a state of ecstasy. Complicated situation. Look.
Brave President Clear.
Maduro mingling with crowds. Tremendous. A set has been set up on a side avenue of Miraflores. By the way, now we're going to examine the security. We're going to examine the entire security apparatus that Nicolas Maduro has set up to protect his life. But he speaks in the past tense as if this had already happened.
Hello.
I'm not going to get into the headline about whether Putin has abandoned him or not, or who has abandoned him. I focus on practical things. I don't care. Whether the ambassador of Venezuela in Russia returns or the Russian ambassador leaves, I don't care. I focus on what's practical. This guy is there, and I want to know why he's still there. And why is he smiling? And why is he dancing? And why is he having a cup of coffee? Why is Diosdado going to do a show within 24 hours? We must ask ourselves these questions. To understand it. He's got a vest with bullets. Maduro's got a vest with bullets. All right? Let's see. First, Diosdado, they said he could be dead, but he's not. Obviously, this is logical when these kinds of crises begin. But before starting with this scenario, a scenario that is covered, its walls, the sides, so that there are no snipers, they've boxed him in again. Nicolas Maduro with Cubans everywhere. That's the main point. Where does this scene take place? We're going to see it now. Let's geolocate the place of the incident so we can understand what is happening right now. Maduro has called for a show to try to divert attention and to look strong to his people. We've said it. If Maduro doesn't appear publicly, he'll have a problem. Maduro in public. Where did this happen? Miraflores Palace. Main Avenue or one of the main avenues of Caracas? Have they blocked traffic in this area? They have set up the stage over this area here. And this whole avenue up to about this area here is full of booths. All of them applauding the supreme leader. A show of strength by Nicolas Maduro. Point 1 geolocated. The stage is right here. What we were seeing a second ago, we're going back there. You can't see any bags under his eyes. You can see him smiling now. Before, Nicolas Maduro didn't smile. I know the meeting is over, but I'm not inside the White House or the bunker to know what they said. Don't worry, as things come out. Sorry, I couldn't be heard. We'll keep updating as more info comes out. I want to know what happened too. Yes, I know this is a show. But Maduro isn't the same as a few days ago. We can see it, that
Long live the homeland. Long live.
Maduro clenches his teeth and feels strong while the woman smiles and laughs.
Good afternoon, how are you? How is the United Socialist Party of Venezuela performing?
How is the Great Patriotic Poll doing?
Well, President, brother.
Diosty has been talking there. He's been saying his usual nonsense, but we're interested in Maduro. I've given you another day. It's your turn. But you're third in line, and we're not interested right now. Let's go, Maduro. Let's go to Maduro, because Maduro, he looks different. For some reason, he looks different. For safety, L.
Town.
Security. At least 3 security rings. I've counted. On stage, surrounded by bodyguards carrying the bulletproof briefcase. Under the stage. On the side of the catwalk, also surrounded by bodyguards near the audience. Also on the avenue. On the avenue's outer part, there are also security personnel. We were told there were snipers on the rooftops. A lot of security.
United, united, united.
United.
Be careful with this because in Central America, the last time a dictator did this, he was out of office 3 days later. In just 3 days. The Panamanian dictator known for carrying a machete was arrested by the CIA. United.
December 1st.
Lunes 2025, 4:30 de la tarde. Sol radiante.
Maduro is saying this so people know it's not recorded. That it's not recorded. That it's a staged performance. He's giving clues that he's there. He's in Miraflores. He's in the presidential palace.
It was the clouds. And in Venezuela, peace and national unity reign. Peace and unity, peace, peace, peace and unity.
De peace.
And unity in the kings.
I can't understand him. He's about to speak English. I'm warning you. Maduro's going to start in English.
Of Venezuela, Bolivarian Republic. Of the union of the... Victory forever, victory forever, victory forever, he says.
Victory forever, victory forever. And also realize one thing. I know he said the king, El Rey, but I don't know. Should I say what he means by that? They gave it to Netta. The first 2 minutes of Nicolas Maduro's speech. In English. They are in English.
Congratulations to all the communities who have taken this beautiful step.
He is now starting to introduce the people. Let's skip this part because I want us to go to the interesting area.
Today, from all the Bolivarian grassroots community commands throughout the country.
Many on stage later appear on Twitter. I'm saying this because the photo surfaced, okay? Shall we take a look?
Paz, así se oye una sola voz. El pueblo está organizado y preparado para seguir ganando la paz, haciendo patria.
Every day.
Will the people be defeated? By the way, there was a plane from the regime that was in the United States of America and came back. A private flight. Just letting you know there's been some movement.
Let's go. Or better said, Diosdado. A round of applause for Diosdado, Cabello Rondon.
Here, Nicolas Maduro is doing something he hasn't done in a long time, which is teaming up with Diosdado. Both now realize their fates are linked and must tolerate each other.
And the entire national leadership. And
Now we're going to get to the good part.
then I said to Diosdado Pi, it's gigantic. And he wrote to me and said, the mobilization has been called.
Today they have called for the mobilization. But I want us to go to the part he'll show. To Donald Trump, I have no other option in Noom. If Donald Trump doesn't attack Nicolas Maduro, he's going to become an idol.
Here,
He's introducing the people.
good boy, good boy.
Listen to him, good boy.
How do you say it in English? Is it good boy? Good boy, you good boy. To the governor of Aragua,
It's amazing. He mocks Donald Trump with everything he says. And Donald Trump, who doesn't make the decision.
Bolivariana. The homeland grows stronger. 22 weeks of exercises.
22 weeks of exercises.
Popular military police. They have put Venezuela at a point of comprehensive defensive capability that we have never had before. Preparing ourselves to defend our land, our sovereignty, our dignity, and to guarantee future generations that they will always have a free and sovereign homeland.
Pay attention to what he is going to say.
22 weeks, where our glorious Bolivarian National Armed Force has demonstrated its unbreakable unity with the people of Venezuela, its discipline, and its patriotic courage to defend every inch of Venezuelan land.
Is Nicolas Maduro saying here that there has been complete unity with the army? There hasn't been any dissent. Wait, because there's more, because there's a moment when he speaks in the past tense.
Long live the Bolivarian National Forces. United Army 21st Century Liberator. 22 weeks where we activated the constituent popular processes of teachers, workers, farmers, university students, and high school students. 22 weeks where we strengthen the capacity of the communal councils. 49,000 speak.
In the past, huh?
5,336 community circuits. And on November 23, we held one of the most impactful popular consultations ever, where the people in their community chose 2 project proposals submitted by you. In short, 22 weeks where it was demonstrated that these people are empowered, have a high level of awareness, and are ready to keep building the nation in peace.
Pay attention to this. We stop. Reuters revealed Maduro's demands to step down during the 15-minute call with Donald Trump on Friday the 21st.
No.
It was the following. Full amnesty for him and his family, plus the withdrawal of the case before the International Criminal Court. He asked to remove the sanctions on about 100 people. He asked for Delcy Rodriguez to lead a transition before new elections. Trump rejected everything. Trump rejected everything. Calm down, calm down. Let's go step by step.
We don't mess with anyone in this world, so don't mess with Venezuela. Have you ever seen us threaten other countries? No.
Notice that detail. They're even bringing him coffee. Maduro with coffee?
They haven't kicked us out. With their psychological terrorism. Not even an inch from the right path, we must always keep walking.
Does Nicolas Maduro admit here that the psychological campaign hasn't worked? And we know this. It hasn't worked. He hasn't left. No, the video isn't old. The video isn't old. We have to say things as they are. The video isn't old. This happened today.
You understand me, right? No matter the circumstances we have to face, they can never take us off the path of building the great nation that our people deserve.
Nicolas Maduro is speaking here. Translation. They will not be removed from power. Never. Never will they be removed from power. So, what Donald Trump told you to leave is not going to happen. It's not going to work. This is important because Nicolas Maduro is saying that he is not going to leave.
To build the new productive economy. Here I am having coffee.
Are you going to be amazed by what's coming next?
Coffee for the people, please.
They're going to start handing out coffee to people.
This coffee I'm drinking, it won first place. With more than it.
You can see some Russian flags too, huh?
91 points record. For being the first coffee of the Venezuelan World Coffee event that I closed yesterday. Do you know the price per kilo of this coffee? World record? At the auction, it was sold for $1 estadounidense, United States dollar, 5,500 per kilo. Like this.
So each
Sip. The swig costs $300.
and the people are starving. Terrible, terrible. Are you going to watch more? Huh? Are you going to watch more? You have to analyze every word. I know you don't like seeing Maduro. I don't like seeing Maduro either. But we have to analyze his body language, his confidence, how many people are with him. We have to analyze every detail. We have to understand what's happening here. Please leave your likes. It's super important so they can't take down the channel later, so they can't take down the broadcast. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe. Use super chats for comments. We'll check them. But we keep listening to Maduro because either he's putting everything on the line or he knows something we don't know.
900 flavors, they can't even get an inch out. They can't get even an inch out of us. I like it.
Look at these.
Women, what a great chant. Let's chant along with them on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3.
He's an egocentric. Nicolas Maduro needs to mingle with the crowds and feel like a great leader. This, from a psychological point of view, he's a guy who needs way too much attention. And Maduro seems to be giving it to him today. It's the
Question for Maduro. Where are you from?
From
in English again?
Maduro from the street?
peace.
It's just that
I get confused.
I've been speaking a lot of English lately.
Is Nicolas Maduro trying to say that there are different calls? These days that there are movements we don't know about? By the way, right now, in the United States of America, a full fleet of P-8 aircraft is stationed on the East Coast. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. P-8 aircraft patrolling. I think they're training flights, I'm being honest about this. But there's also an airborne warning and control system. We'll review these details and check if the aircraft carrier moves. Just a reminder, we have a live image of the aircraft carrier here on Military Strategies. We have the ability to see where the aircraft carrier is. Let's take a look at it. We're connecting with the aircraft carrier. There it is, under my camera. There it is. Officially, they've said they're stopping there to rest after some very hard and intense days of work. It could be the stop before the storm. That's right. For all the enlightened ones, propagandists and other dreamers who say that if the aircraft carrier is there, they don't have the planes. Range to reach Venezuela.
No.
First, can the weapons reach Venezuela? Do they have the necessary range?
No.
They can also refuel in flight. Can they be refueled in flight? So relax, propagandists. It's to the right of Puerto Rico. It's not in the Atlantic like you said. It's in the Caribbean Sea. That's the Caribbean Sea. Let no one be confused. They've been saying nonsense for several days. Where was the aircraft carrier? The aircraft carrier's in its place. Where it has to be.
So I'm talking to Celia and then Mitzilita. My love, my love. How do you say my love and come to me?
Is he a clown? Huh.
Silita, my love, come to me, please. They can't kick us out. Never, under any historical circumstance that we have to live through.
He repeats that they'll never kick us out, first saying it in English so Trump can hear.
The path to building Venezuela as a sovereign, free, and socialist power from now and for the whole century and beyond, never.
He's admitting that this is a dictatorship. Regardless of whether there are elections or not, he says they're going to continue. This is a complete mockery, and the United States has to act. It has to act. It's not even about let's liberate Venezuela, right? Now it's about the pride of the United States. I mean, the senators who are of Latino origin, who have ties to the Southern Hemisphere. The Secretary of State, Marco Rubio, I had to tell him tonight, of course, Donald Maduro is laughing at us. He's making fun of us. A guy who doesn't have ships, who has nothing. He clearly has a lot of money, but still has nothing. He's laughing, Donald. We have to do something about this.
Thank you. We have been perfecting the construction of national power. You've heard me recently discuss national power. What does national power mean in a Bolivarian republic such as Venezuela? What is power? Because you could ask a sociologist or some political scientist, got it? Or a legal expert. Constitutional expert.
I'm going to clarify this one last time. The next comment I see, I'm going to have to bring out the broom. I'm going to put it here. 1 second. I'm going to explain it again. I'm sharing Nicolas Maduro's speech because I want to know what the Venezuelan dictator is saying.
No.
When I analyze, I don't just look at ships arriving, I also consider what Maduro says. That's how you get a complete profile of this story. Because if not, what we do is we put out military strategies, propaganda, anti-Maduro, and we make all the content you want here. Suppose tomorrow they invade and kidnap him. We can say 1,000 things, but this channel isn't about that. This channel is a serious channel where we analyze what's happening. And we have to analyze what the psychopath says to know how far he's going to go. If there's someone who is really bothered by it, I understand. I don't like listening to him. It gives me an allergic reaction, but unfortunately, we have to listen to him to see. Analyze. The other day he was down. The other day he was missing on Friday. He was missing from Friday to Sunday. And now he's back again. Things are happening, so we need to investigate. Calm down.
What is a country's national power? They'll give you countless answers. But I, as a worker who am the constitutional president, I see things differently.
What does Maduro see?
And I see them in the national reality that these people are building a national power indestructible.
Again, he is convinced that it is indestructible. He believes the system he created is indestructible and infallible.
Invincible for all time from now to the decades to come. Also,
We have to be clear about something. Nicolas Maduro is coming out after the coup in Honduras. Nicolas Maduro is appearing in public after what happened in Honduras. For him, it's important to try to close the leak from Honduras.
a new economy that has overcome the blockade and sanctions and must continue advancing in the stabilization of all its levels. Today we are producing 100% of what our people need for their homes.
Well, that's quite a misery they're producing because not everyone eats there.
I said it yesterday. 6 years ago when the economic war was at its peak, right? You could get a little bit of coffee. And if you managed to get it, they would sell it to you for an arm and a leg. The coffee arrived. Speaking of coffee, that's the coffee that won the prize. Look at each.
You're going to be amazed by this. What you're about to see now, huh?
Huh? Each of those little cups, at least $30.
That's a lie. It doesn't cost $30. Selling that coffee isn't feasible. Look at the people. I mean, people go to a Maduro event because they get a snack, because they get a coffee. For us Venezuelans, it's obvious. 23 years under dictatorship with Chavez and Maduro. Me as a Spaniard, I go to a supermarket and I buy a coffee for 40. Bags of coffee. This guy is saying that before, in Venezuela, it was impossible to buy coffee, and for those who could, the price was prohibitive. Something so mundane for us nowadays, coffee. Back then, you couldn't buy meat, beef, chicken, or milk. What's happening? Why have 8 million people left Venezuela? Why are they fighting over coffee?
Not even a little bit of coffee? And today, we are producing 216 million kilos of coffee per year, the best in the world. What?
Does coffee have to do with what's happening right now? An army off the coast to overthrow him from power? What does coffee have to do with it?
One, to build our own economy.
If he's been there since 2013, why hasn't he built his own economy yet?
The political model. We found the way. Direct democracy, power to the communities, the budget at the service of the people. And this year we held 4 consultations to choose the projects that are transforming the communities.
Yes, we saw one of the projects, an ambulance. Venezuela needs projects like providing a village with an ambulance. Nicholas, that's not a project. It's a basic right for people to have ambulances. A country where the per capita income per month, the minimum wage per month, is 50 cents of a dollar. But what is he talking about? What is this guy saying? They've spent the whole weekend handing out rice. Free flour for people in the places where they're most against Maduro. Did they set up free barbershops on the street to cut their hair? Now he remembers the people. Now, thank you.
In the territory. The new model of permanent democracy, popular democracy, territorial democracy, which Commander Hugo Chavez called socialism in the territorial sphere, with a slogan that travels the roads like a wave.
Is he crazy?
The constitutional political power, the executive power, or does anyone doubt
that Maduro
and the Bolivarian government, we govern this country, permanently serving the people?
This is the first time they've appeared in our speeches. Let's review the speeches we've seen about Nicolas Maduro's military strategies. It's the first one in which he refers to himself as a leader. Did he just do it? Listen again, he already claims it. The chair the leader once called Chavez's is now his.
Bolivarian, we govern this country. Legitimate constitutional.
Look, L.
Executive power.
He points to himself, L. He identifies himself.
Working, governing. Or does anyone doubt that Maduro and the Bolivarian government?
That Maduro and the government.
We govern this country permanently serving the people?
A closed fist. Strength, symbol of strength, huh? Huh?
In the example of Commander Chavez's legacy, the executive powers should step forward. Here are these young people, governors and female governors.
Yes, here are the young people. Let's examine this photo closely. It's interesting. Let's pause and zoom in to analyze important details. I've said this isn't about putting Nicolas Maduro up front and quietly listening to a sermon. Look at this photo. Let's start on the right side of the stage. Let's cut to where Maduro is. There, let's stay there. Pay attention to what you're about to see. First, the one who appears there is Mr. Calvo. Let's set it up this way. 1 second, let's see what happened here.
Legitimate governors.
We've lost it, huh? Have we lost the screen?
Yep.
Excuse me, it's just that it's tricky. We do this live, remember? Sometimes it has its problems. It's okay, it's okay, it's okay. Solved. Let's try again. Come on, as we were saying. Right side of the stage. I'm going to count how many security members does Nicolas Maduro have. Let's take a look over here. For that, let's activate the cursor. All right, here we are. Lima, let's see. Here we are. 1, the bald guy. 2, 3, the head of security. That's this one, 3. Now let's move to the left side of Maduro. 4.
The
Personal advisor, this one here. Let's continue.
Let's continue.
5, 6, 7, up, 8, up. Let's continue. 9, arms crossed. 10, red cap under my camera. 11, the one in a jacket here, looking back only on stage. For now, as we count. Well, this one here is missing too. I don't know if we've counted these two. Please, and this one up here. Let's try again to be sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's go back. 2nd and 7. We continue. Now let's go back to this image.
Legitimate.
8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, only on the upper stage. 14.
Legitimate. 24.
Okay, we're back again. You can already tell that he's not so sure about it. 14. In front of him. Now you'll see it when they switch the image that there are just as many. Remember that number, 14.
States, the state executive power, the mayor's offices, El Tui, Holy God, all the glory of the nation.
Attention.
Thank God, Holy God, all glory is yours. Thank you, thank God. We have a professional structure. Ethics with our own doctrine.
Look. The right side of the image, the one that's right on the edge of the video frame. 15. We're already at 15.
Of more than 200,000 soldiers, uniformed and well-armed, ready to fight for the security, peace, and sovereignty of Venezuela.
Maduro claims 200,000 soldiers. What has he gathered? 200,000?
We have built the power of internal security. With what? With the money?
Interesting.
Peace quadrants.
Interesting. How do you like them to sing? How do you like it?
And also, we have to say, in the popular military fusion,
Has joined.
with their weapons, their uniforms, and their determination to fight. Almost 200,000 police officers from all forces, Bolivarian National Police, Servicio Bolivariano de Inteligencia Nacional, DEJASIN 6, CPC. And stop, you can count on it.
We have the manual. We already knew this was going to happen. They're all going to come together under the same unit. We know this. It's nothing new. We already had the information, but now Maduro confirms it. That manual we showed, Maduro confirms that it is being followed to the letter. They don't have another one.
They are effective, concrete elements of national power that are being added.
Within that manual, their priority is to look for dissidents, not to confront the troops directly.
But there are non-tangible elements that they call intangibles. That's what Ernesto Villegas would call it. I don't know if he's around. Which is the great power of all of us, spiritual of this people, which is a people of Almighty God.
Let's see. Jesus
Of Nazareth?
well,
This.
this is really great, huh? Listen.
From this nation to Jesus of Nazareth.
From Nazareth, Jesus.
The risen Jesus. And this people has the protection of Jesus of Nazareth in his spiritual strength. Multidiverse.
It's tremendous, huh? He's a complete manipulator. A complete manipulator.
That goes beyond religions. Because God and our Lord Jesus Christ marked the era, set the human standard.
He sees himself as a messiah, huh? I mean, Nicolas Maduro, besides blaspheming with his actions, thinks he's a messiah. He's a messiah to himself.
He transcends religions, which can sometimes be misused by certain people. You know who I mean. That's another topic. The other great power, Ernesto, is the power of cultural identity. Multidiverse of the people of Venezuela.
Let's get to the important parts, and
In a single rhythm it is expressed. Maybe it has two names. Full of strength, of joy. No one ever makes us bitter. This beautiful life is...
Maduro is really full of himself, huh?
God has given us... Everything I talk about comes true. Inverse and reverse also supreme. Let's see, Alfred Nazare.
Ah, Chilindrina is coming. Chilindrina is coming. Pay attention. Chilindrina is about to appear.
How disgusting.
Let's see, why are they going to bring out Chilindrina?
The power supreme, Alfred Nazare. Greetings to Vice President Delcy Amar.
Delcy wasn't there. Delcy is on the phone. Look. I mean, look at this, huh? Thanks for the memberships. Now let's move to comments. Important point, Chilindrina. She comes out to say hello. She says, I'm on the phone. They look at each other. Chilindrina is the one negotiating with someone. Now we know another detail. Maduro has stepped aside. Chilindrina is now handling negotiations.
The greatest power that Commander Hugo Chavez said a country can have is the power of public opinion, the power of the citizens. And I can tell the whole world today on our...
Let's see, what is he going to tell us? That
This country has achieved the greatest national unity it has ever had since the time of Cipriano Castro. Yes.
But there's a detail. He doesn't openly say the danger has passed.
Yes. Venezuelans, both men and women, hey, from different faiths, political parties, ideologies, all with one voice. As the polls say, more than 94%.
94% support Maduro. 94% of Venezuelans who are in Venezuela. Venezuelans. The surveys that they sell on Temu.
About public opinion. It rejects, it condemns the imperialist military threat and is ready to defend its homeland if necessary. On the ground,
We can analyze the following with the time we've had so far. Nicolas Maduro wants to tell the United States, I am not alone. There's an important part of the people who support me, who are willing to die for my cause and to defend me. And if you come here, this is going to turn into a hell. Impossible to govern. Maria Karina can't control this, and I decide what happens here. Nothing new from what we had already seen over the past few weeks. What catches attention? That the other day, and now this? It fits with the ultimatum given by Donald Trump until Friday. On Friday, Maduro vanishes from the scene. He shows up on Friday, Saturday, Sunday, leaves for a bit, then returns. That's it. There's also information about this matter that he has tried, or there may have been a second call or a second connection, exactly on the day when they were being noticed and the airspace was closed. But all of this is unconfirmed. Obviously, that Maduro has already left there doesn't really mean anything. Why wouldn't the United States attack there? They're not going to fire a missile. They're going to take out 400 people. You have to be naive to think this is going to happen. But there is a different attitude in Nicolas Maduro. He seems stronger. Is it possible that he has rested these past 3 days? He said, I need to rest. I'm exhausted. I'll be back Monday, do the show, then return to the bunker. It's possible.
We have achieved immense consensus, a great unity beyond political, partisan, ideological differences or social class or social sector or segment. Today, Venezuela is united. Comrades, compatriots,
Message, comrades, to everyone.
and if you add up all those factors in this Venezuelan reality, we can say that all those factors make up a great national power that keeps Venezuela standing with dignity.
Well, I think you just gave the solution. I think Nicolas Maduro just gave the solution to Donald Trump. That's what needs to be done. Tested if that's true. And there's only one way to put it to the test. Donald Trump must start a military operation to test Maduro's resistance. He has to eliminate surely some priority target that's on a list somewhere. But only Donald Trump has a way to break this. And the one who has to break this knows what he has to do. There is no other way. There is no other way. To be able to get this out. He says and hides and shields himself behind civilians. Behind civilians. Donald Trump needs to test this. Should I say something? Okay, are you talking? Let's pause. We have an important topic. Breaking. Right now, is there a plane? At this moment, there is a plane on flight radar that is approaching Venezuela. It's a plane coming from Russia, or at least with a Russian registration. Let's analyze this so you understand what's happening. I'll explain it quickly. Let's go there. You know, as things are happening, we go along at the same time they're happening. We're moving the story forward. Let's see. One moment.
Let's go. Let's look for it here. Flight radar. Okay. Aquí está.
One second. Let's try it. There it is. Good. Let's go. This plane you're seeing here is a plane coming from Russia.
Yeah.
It's a plane coming from Russia. Where's that plane going? That plane is going to Margarita Island to evacuate Russians? Is it a private plane? It has been chartered by the Russian government to evacuate the Russians. This had already been said. This had already been said. Let's check if there is any news from the meeting. Let's go. If we have news from the meeting, if we know what Donald Trump has decided, let's see if there's already a leak. We're risking our future. For now, Maria Corina Silencio has not
Said anything. Let's see more. That the meeting is
important. It was leaked again that he was given an ultimatum to leave last Friday. Which makes sense. What's happening today? I mean, if that deadline was last Friday and is now... It's over. It means that Donald Trump has to make a decision. That's why the meeting. Because the deadline is over. And if the deadline is over, now we must decide what to do about Nicolas Maduro. I think that's where the key is now. Now is the time. Either we go after him or what are we going to do? And the water's in the air. Water in the air, the silks are also in the air. Looks like we're training communication skills today. And early warning as well. Let's take a look over here. More interesting planes. A while ago, the airborne command and control plane was in the air. And the warplane was in the air. There are tankers. Let's take a look at this area here. Almost all the P-8S are in the air. Let's keep looking. It's training time right now. Look, how are they training? The approach, takeoff, and landing. We see these planes that are for training. They have nothing to do with this operation, nothing to do with it. We must focus closely on this area. This area here is where we have to pay very close attention. And in that area right now, there's nothing, you can't see anything, you can't hear anything. But we have to stay alert. It could happen at any moment. We don't know the outcome of the of the meeting. Now we'll look at the aircraft carrier. Now we need to focus on the aircraft carrier. Where is the aircraft carrier and is it in motion? If there is activity. Currently, there is no activity or anything on the aircraft carrier. Aircraft carrier webcam live on Military Strategy. If you're watching, subscribe, like, and comment. There it is. Right side. The aircraft carrier is there. It's there. I believe the decision was made today, but it won't be implemented until tomorrow or soon after. Careful. To launch a cruise missile attack, you don't need aviation. Can the United States force Nicolas Maduro to surrender using only cruise missiles? This is something to keep in mind as well. And also, let's remember these deceptions. We take the aircraft carrier to a little island, we put it there, let them see it on camera, let them calm down, let Maduro come out, let him come out of his hiding place, let him go out there. And then we strike. Distraction also plays a part in this. We continue.
We continue, people. Friend Maduro is with you, people.
And he is putting the American accent.
People. I remember when Pope Juan Pablo II came, tennis on the rope.
Are you comparing yourself to the Pope now?
Who saw Pope Juan Pablo II the last time he came? We did. To the Caminos.
Goodbye.
Caminos, it's...
Maduro, that's what interests us.
The people are with you. And after they told you what you said to us, that we were able to live, people, in front of our Commander Chavez's body before saying goodbye to him. Absolute loyalty at the cost of my own life and peace. I swear to you absolute loyalty, even beyond the time that we may live. I don't know.
He's not leaving, Maduro's staying. Maduro is not leaving.
Beautiful and heroic victory. Rest assured that I will never let you down. Never, ever, never.
Don't go. He's not gonna leave, right?
That we and that we, these women leaders as a team, fail this beautiful, patriotic Bolivarian people who are willing to give everything for this sacred land.
He is not going to leave. He is not going to leave. We could spend some time like this analyzing. It was a long speech, over an hour and 20 minutes. Let's watch the final part. Let's watch the part with the oath. Okay, let's go to the last part and then we'll start commenting on this whole story. But look, the security is intense. He filled the stage except because Diosdado is there. The rest are all Cubans, all Cubans. I don't know.
He just arrived from the swearing in, so let's go.
Let's go.
The time for the swearing in has arrived. It starts today, Diosdado, through all the fields, neighborhoods, cities, and mountains.
Let's see.
Swear from the heart. All the integral base Bolivarian community commands, all 47,000 commands from today onward.
You're all thinking what I'm thinking, right? Right? They're all on stage right now. The stage, this top hat, El Millón is... The jaw... And Maduro, they're all here.
We swear before Almighty God, before our Commander-in-Chief, our Lord Jesus Christ. We swear before Huaycaipuro, the Black. First, Simón Bolívar.
It's tremendous. It's like North Korea, but even worse.
Because
North Korea lacks the resources to be wealthy. Venezuela has them.
believe Zamora. We swear by the legacy of our commander, Hugo Chavez.
Now you can spot the security guys. They're the ones not raising their hands.
Deploy and activate all the comprehensive grassroots community commands in the 47,000 communities and ensure it in all communities.
I wonder about something. Do these people know what's on the coast? I mean, do they know there are importaviones? 4 or 5 destroyers? I don't think they know, right? A question. What about the people in Venezuela? On television, have they mentioned the troop numbers or shown a map of the ships? Or do people just not know? The people on the street.
The ones para mejorar la vida del pueblo. Do people know? Defend the territory, the homeland?
There's another security guard up there. Check my camera. The one in black. Top left edge, another not swearing.
And to guarantee the training and education of millions
Of fellow countrymen.
in the ideals of Bolivar, Simón Rodriguez, Ezequiel Zamora, and Hugo.
All right. Look at this picture, huh?
Of Simón Rodriguez.
Of
Ezequiel Zamora.
Look at all the security personnel over there in the back right, huh? Oh my God.
Chavez, I swear to defend my homeland with my own life, to guarantee Venezuela's strength and the triumph of peace. What?
Disgusting, man.
Republic. I swear it forever. Are you officially sworn in as committees?
It's ridiculous, huh?
Unified Commands of Comprehensive Grassroots Communities. S.
It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Well, let's see. What have we seen? In this analysis, we have seen that Nicolas Maduro has an urgent need to mingle with the crowds, to send Donald Trump a message from the people. They support me. People love me. Even if it's not everyone, there's a core group of people who will fight for me. This is going to make things difficult for you to be able to get rid of me. And if you bring American soldiers here, we're going to ambush you, we're going to attack you, we're going to chase you, and the country will become ungovernable. But that plan, which he came up with together with Chavez, makes sense. It makes sense. I'm not going to put Maduro on anymore. Don't worry. You won't hear him anymore. You can turn up the volume now. Relax. Take it easy. Because it's just getting too toxic. Maduro's plan, in a way, is the only option he has. Militarily, he can't confront or defeat the United States, shoot down planes, or win a war against America. He can only do guerrilla warfare and use people as human shields. That's the only way he has. What's the weak point of the story?
Yeah.
The moment they take out Maduro, it's game over. Maduro, Diazdi, Chilindrina, Delcy, Vladimir, in the moment they take out these guys, it's over. It's game over. It's over. Without the leader, there's no war. No one else is going to come. And besides, the ones who are there, each one has their own personal reason. There are some who truly believe in the Bolivarian Revolution, that's undeniable. But there are others who are there simply out of self-interest and convenience for the regime, because they have better access to food, money, and a better standard of living. People who waste time reposting Maduro and spreading nonsense online. They support the regime because they live better than most Venezuelans, not out of love for Maduro. It's not because they truly see Maduro as Venezuela's savior or messiah.
No.
It's not because of that. It's not because of that. Nicolas Maduro is the reality of this story. Wants to make one part of his people confront another part of his people. Especially since they made the election results official themselves. Both sides were nearly equal, according to their data.
Okay.
Well, that's where the problem is going to be. That's where the problem is going to be. That's where Donald Trump is going to have the story. He has to handle it very well, very well. Surely the second photo or the next photo we see of this story is going to be similar to this one. Attention. This one we see here. Let's move some elements of the photo. There we go. Do you remember when and how this photo happened? Does anyone remember? Try to remember. Donald Trump has met on 2 occasions in this way. 1, the elimination of the leader of the Islamic State. 2, the attack launched on Iran's nuclear facilities. The third could be Venezuela. If we start from that basis, there are no more. It won't help anymore for the planes to fly along the coast of Venezuela. It won't help anymore. It won't help. It won't help. It won't help because he won't leave. If he won't leave, we need to do more than just fly planes around. He knows it well, which is why I think the meeting was held tonight. Tonight's meeting at the White House isn't not to understand or do it with him, but to choose when to do it. The options are really down to just one option. And he has been given the chance to leave, and he hasn't left, and he has been given the chance to save his life, and he doesn't want to save it. He swore and said he'll stay. They won't kick him out. He keeps thinking the United States won't get involved in a war. It's very expensive economically, and the United States doesn't want to get involved in a war. Is that the aspiration or the illusion of Nicolas Maduro? But the reality could be something else, very different. He is tempting Donald Trump. He has been tempting him for days. Well, the temptation is over now. Now there's no possible temptation anymore. I insist, it doesn't help anymore if Daddy shows up over there, or if Bunny appears on the other side. It doesn't help anymore. It worked at first, and for several days it kept Nicolas Maduro up at night, but now it's not keeping him up at night. Not like it should. He has support from the Senate and everyone. We have to get rid of the clown. Is it? It's the greatest disrespect ever seen. I think that's the story. For a president of the United States of America, or for the people of North America, that a guy like this starts mocking them, starts dancing, starts laughing, telling Donald Trump what to do. I think that it's more than evident that a clear decision needs to be made. And then there's her role. Maria Corina, she has promised it. She said it would happen, and it did. If this doesn't go through, a future is tied to this. Exactly. The future of the resistance against Maduro's dictatorship is tied to what is happening right now. Here, everyone is risking everything. Maduro wants to stay in power indefinitely until God calls him. And the opposition, which is not really the opposition, but rather the legitimate government of Venezuela, wants to be able to govern one day and not just be the opposition in exile. That's it. That's the key. That's the key. Dad, they've already announced a winner in Honduras. He says the difference is over 500 votes. Let's hear Dad's words, because this is also important. Let's see it. What has Dad said? Increase Venezuela. It's incredible to see Maduro like this. Did you hear there's a bounty on you? And the guy's having a great time. Terrible.
The helicopters are bringing all the original records here to our headquarters, the originals that belong to us as a party. So with all the information we have from the CNE, with that very information, the numbers are different from what is being shown on the screen today. Because we have it much more advanced with the CNE report. Thank you, with the CNE report.
But
we also have that great support from our team, from our records, from the structure we set up, preventing this issue as we are experiencing it right now. That's why we even invested in Starlink antennas. In places where there was no communication, to have our own information. Honduras, I want us to be clear here. Given my seriousness, I'm not here to make any proclamation. I'm just here to say, let's be patient. All the Honduran people, the CNE, let them finish their work.
And
We will realize the truth. There are several apartments that we have already counted, that the differences are quite in favor of the National Party. So calm and peace is what I came to bring here today, and the numbers will speak for themselves later. And we are sure of what we are telling you right now. I would like, Fernando, if you allow me, Fernando, for you to give some explanation about the system.
Because
It's the delay and everything.
It seems that in Honduras, things are tense. Do you think so? By the way, it's been 2 weeks without any attacks from the United States on any drug boat or drug target. At this moment. The last was November 15th. Or is it that the boats aren't going out? We might think they're not going out. Or is it that the United States has achieved one of its goals? That they don't go out? That they don't go out. The real goal was to prevent the little boats from heading to the United States, or to overthrow Maduro. It's important to note that overthrowing Maduro has never been stated as the goal. Although because of the meeting and what has been leaked, that does seem to be the goal. During part of Donald Trump's administration, surely it's the case for him as well. We're going to go to the map now. Let's see what the situation is like at this moment. What's brewing in the skies of the United States of America? Let's look at your comments now. I think Maduro's analysis has been quite obvious. He's not going to leave. He's sure he's going to stay, and he's not afraid. At least that's what it seems. Come on, let's go with your comments while we look at the skies in Venezuela. By the way, the airlines have extended the flight ban there until December 31st. Douglas, thank you very much, Manuel. Thank you, Nikki. Thank you very much. Studying the Bible. Does Donald Trump want the Nobel Peace Prize? Is that why he doesn't attack? Oh. Peace in Venezuela comes by overthrowing Maduro. Is he checking the Pentagon pizza? Let them eat a lot. What I want to see are planes heading to Venezuela. No. Angela, thank you. Amazing. This smells like Trump made a deal with this guy, says O'Neill. Do you think so? Do you all think so? I can't see Zelita the same way. Worried her dentures might fall out again. Of course, she doesn't speak in public anymore because she's afraid her little teeth might fall out. Thank you, Bienvenido, and welcome to ARC. Andrea, amazing. Venezuela has abundant natural resources but lacks basics like toilet paper. Thanks to the dancer Girafales. Pablo, Trump is just a shell. He fixed the East and left Israel with a deal that's bad for Israel. Pablo says he doesn't trust Trump. Pablo's opinion? Victor, for the impatient, remember Trump must complete diplomatic steps before direct military action, so that later no one comes to complain about anything. Greetings from Dallas. This mocks the United States. If Trump does nothing, we'll be a laughingstock again. Gomero. Listening to this dictator daily is really sickening. A comment. Thank you so much for that super chat. Let's keep going. Alvaro, this wait is really making me mad. Why hasn't the United States attacked yet? These taunts are unusual. Do you know anything about the meeting? Let's look into this now. Let's look for that date now. Only an external military force can remove them. Their internal system is extremely dangerous for all Venezuelans. Only military action can remove them. And I said it years ago. Years ago, even the opposition insisted on no foreign intervention, preferring elections to remove them. Now they've realized, ultimately, it wasted time and lives. Of lives. And of time. And its membership. Rafael, thank you so much, my friend. Thank you.
Yes. Angel,
Angel, 341K followers, 341,000, we made it. Let's get to 342, family. Strategy, can you explain why events in the central United States matter if the area of operations is in the Caribbean? Thank you, Coco. We'll explain it to you. We'll explain. The planes we see have a very, very large range. The planes we see around here, many of them are useful as long-distance communication links. The important planes for this operation can take off from the United States, the mainland, or from Puerto Rico, which is the margin of operations that we have right now. We have to watch the skies. Still, I insist on this so that no one complains later. Nervous. They could leave without us knowing if they want. I think that's how it's going to be. What's more, the fact that the aircraft carrier left the Dominican Republic and is now on this island. The one in San Jones or San Tomas, I think it's Santo Tomas. It could be a move to throw us off. To throw us off. I'm just saying, when they expect nothing to happen, something might. The image is nightmarish. I hope I can capture it. It's nightmarish. I mean, seeing Nicolas Maduro doing this is terrifying because, besides, he said that if he survived this, the revolution would be much more radical. If Maduro stays in power, there probably won't be any more elections in Venezuela. Look, what I'm telling you is, it's very likely that there won't be any more elections. Because there won't be any opposition because they won't allow it. And also, the image of the opposition will be so damaged that no one will trust again. In the end, people will end up accepting their fate, which is to leave Venezuela, unfortunately. One with the left hand. Yes, it seems so. Brother, 80% of those there are forced, surely. Who's warning Trump not to attack? I doubt it. China acts in its own interests. Its own issues. China is on something else. China likes to sell. China won't defend Nicolas Maduro or go to war over him. Yulmer. After the Reuters leak about Maduro's request to hand over power, it's logical he appears euphoric today, swearing loyalty. Error due to internal fractures. Yes, that's true. That's what I've said. After what has come out, Maduro needs to tighten the rope in the army and among the people. It would be a complete betrayal if Nicolas Maduro gets on a plane and leaves. But he was willing to do it. Are you feeling better? We don't know what's happening or what will happen. We can't say until the end, but I still have hope. Anything is possible. Well, I am. A little better. Yesterday, I was really bad. Yesterday, I was horribly sick. I had to go to bed because my head was just crazy. Look, a tanker just took off. A tanker is going to go refuel someone. These planes just refuel others. Watch this tanker closely. No call sign yet, but it's taking off from Tampa base, the key base in this matter, and the airborne warning and control system, which is probably returning to Oklahoma. The base where the B-1S are. This one here and the B-52s. Can this one land and another one take off? Here, the important thing is that the United States has the capability to strike at any moment, and it does. If they don't, it's not the right time. E6. He came here from Oklahoma with the airborne warning and control system. Has any practice been done yet? Let's see it over here. That's better. Come on, let's continue. Let's keep going with this. Let's go. What breaking news do we have? Maduro's reaction? To wrap up,
A terminar.
the deadline is to start dancing, threaten, and say, we're staying here. Right now, the United States of America is paying more attention. Public opinion is paying more attention. If on September 2nd, when they sank one of the boats, if they later fired another missile at those still floating or not. It seems that's the debate. I really don't understand the debate. If they fired a missile at the boat to sink a boat full of drugs, why does it matter if they launched another missile after the first was meant to eliminate them? I don't know. I don't understand it. It's hard to understand. Pitt, he just said. The attack was authorized under the legal authority of Admiral Frank Bradley, who at that time was the commander of the United States Joint Operations Command. However, the White House has denied that Pitt gave the order. Why does that have to be a debate? Why? Did they attack each other to destroy the ship? There's another detail that also draws attention. The United States has stopped sending immigration and customs enforcement planes, the ones that return illegal immigrants to Venezuela. If they've stopped sending them, they're likely launching an operation. Otherwise, they'd continue. At the very least, it doesn't make sense. I'm dying to know what leak is coming. From this meeting, what could they have decided? It's a danger not only for Venezuelans, but also for the United States. There is a presence of Iran, a presence of Russia, a presence of China, and there is material that could reach the United States of America. And we really don't know. How is this going to end? But here. There it is. The aircraft carrier has moved. The aircraft carrier has moved. Good question. Should we check it out? Should we connect with the aircraft carrier? By the way, the aircraft carriers right now. The area I mentioned is a good route to surprise them. Let's go there. Yes, it is. If the aircraft carrier is still there, if it hasn't left, there it is. It's in there. Let's zoom in on the aircraft carrier. Because I say it's on the route that I mentioned. That could surprise Maduro. Let's recap the information we've given. If Maduro is waiting, what we've all seen, he'll know in advance that the attack is on its way. Alternatively, if the United States moves all attack personnel to the Atlantic Ocean, they can then proceed to Venezuela.
No.
Maduro could be clueless. He might not know. He might not realize what's going to happen. And right now, Venezuela's airspace is empty. Empty. There's not a single plane. But there's another detail as well. Interesting. I told you a few nights ago, and this is important. Very important.
Dante.
I told you a few nights ago. I mentioned it in Guarimba. I gave clues. Let's watch it. Let's look at those clues. Let's see. We're on it. We're on it. Let's put the clues. There's something we're not realizing, but it's happening. He said, military strategies. We remove the filters. When something is about to happen, when something is brewing, the air corridor of Trinidad and Tobago is going to be emptied. Do you remember that every night planes take off? Through this area here heading to Europe. All right, the air corridor right now, look where it is. We're not seeing the typical air corridor that we've seen for a very long time. Will they check the schedules? Is it just too early? I have my doubts. We've seen flights pass by here every night. To Europe, like the ones we see around here. These flights departed from Barbados, heading to Europe. And from Trinidad and Tobago, none of the planes now heading north has passed through the corridor we saw from Guyana, Suriname, and French Guiana. And this whole area here. Right now, the corridor's over Brazil. All these flights are not going to take off. Along that diagonal? How about on the other side, on the Colombia side?
Yeah.
There, yes. There, yes, there's traffic there. You can see traffic there in this area. But for now, this area doesn't look good. It might also be that these aren't the schedules for planes going to the United States.
Yeah.
We would have to wait a little longer to see if there are planes heading to the United States of America, and that will pass through there. For example, Buenos Aires and New York. We need to see if it will pass through the Trinidad and Tobago corridor. If it veers to the right and avoids Trinidad and Tobago, things can happen around there. Thank you for... Things can happen around there. Family, the decision has been made tonight. Donald Trump had to say it. Remove it or leave it there. 20,000 people are here, Leo. Thank you, family, for joining us. It's a pleasure. What do you all think? Let's open a poll. It's time for the poll. Have you decided? Donald Trump. To finish? Well, we're not going to put it like that. A change of direction in Venezuela. We can't put it any other way because if we do, the algorithm gets mad. Inside survey. Has Donald Trump decided on a change of direction in Venezuela? Yes or no? Your thoughts. Has Donald Trump decided to end this for good? Yes or no? I want your opinions. And now we're going to apply the military flights filter. Let's do it now. The military filters. Let's check them here and start analyzing this story again. These come here to refuel. There has been a refueling here. Northern New York area. This one too, Rocco 13, Rocco 11, Rocco 12. The Tampa plane heading north. It's heading north. The water at 31,000 feet. Maybe heading to their base following the same flight plan. We continue. By the way, this morning there was a drone off the coast of Mexico. There was a drone out there, one of those special ones flying at a very high altitude. Off the coast of Mexico. Around this area here. An American drone, make a note of that as well. What would it be looking for around there? We have the P-8S and AK nearby. This one will probably meet up with this one here. To refuel the E-6 communications aircraft in the north. Let's put a filter. If we look closer, it's another cleaner communications aircraft here. Look, it's curious, and you'll see why. Look at the names. This is salty. This is saucy. Sentry, it's because he's the AWOX. I think there's an operation today with the P-8S, because there are a lot of them in the air. There are so many. Look, here are 2. 3, 4, 5 we've already counted. Six. 7, 8, 9 P-8 right now as we see. They are warplanes. Naval. Specialized in that. Also in communications topics and things that are not talked about. This plane is heading north. And the aircraft carrier currently on leave, anchored in front of the island. In front of the island? In front of the island. And it's strange. These days, we haven't seen B-52s. We've seen the rhinos. We've seen some planes flying, but we haven't seen all the details. We haven't seen everything. They thank you for your dedication. Thank you very much. We try to do our best. We try to make sure that the truth about all this is known. When it's time to say that it's going one way, well, you say it. When you say it's going the other way, well, you say that too. I'm not here to say what people want to hear. I'm here to say what happens, what goes on, the truth. Even so, I think we might be surprised. But that's just my personal opinion. That's my own personal opinion. I think we might be surprised. We're close to being surprised. Very close. We have 19,000 people here, but only 12,000 likes. Let's give more likes, family. Given what's happening right now, keeping an eye on the skies. We have to see all the details. Attention, because Claudia made a mistake the other day. They made Claudia look ridiculous. Claudia has been in Singapore. She doesn't have things to do in Mexico, so she goes to Singapore. Poor thing. Surely over there she's not Generation Z and she can't worry about it. Claudia Simbao. Let's go. Claudia attempts to shake hands with the First Lady. She refuses to shake her hand, saying, "No, we won't shake hands here." Come on, let's watch it again. Let's watch it again. The man from Singapore tells the woman, "No, stay there. You stay there." No mixing at all. Claudia seems clueless about protocol and looks silly. Claudia is weak when it comes to protocol. She's too busy putting up fences in Mexico to prevent protests. Please.
Por favor. Unbelievable. I hope this happens.
I hope this happens. Family, we're leaving now. See you later. With more information, with more details, here on Military Strategies. Greetings.